charts. We scored over 70 points. We wanted to start the game that way. We didn't really start the game that way. And, sometimes that happens, but, you continue to talk about it and preach it and, ask for it and push for it. And, it came around, and obviously our pace gets negated if we don't get stops and if we foul. So we did a better job with that in the second half as well.
Hey, Frank, LeBron's numbers are always pretty good, but when AD hasn't been on the floor, how similar or different do you see his approach being versus other games?
I think he's always in attack mode, but probably a little bit more when AD's out. And, I don't know what the numbers look like, but, he's going to do whatever it takes to win. If that means getting his teammates involved, that's what he'll do. If that means being more assertive offensively, looking for his own shot or looking to attack the basket, that's what it looked like tonight.
Frank, does anything strike you about the LeBron-Tristan matchup, just about the switchability maybe of both players and where today's game is?
Yeah, it was unusual. We were trying to figure out if anybody else started their center on LeBron, and I don't think anybody's done that this year, but Tristan's a unique type of center. He has that ability to guard in those matchups. Obviously, there's a familiarity there, and they don't have a lot of great other options. They're pretty small at the wing position, so it did present a unique challenge that may have had something to do with why the first half was a little bit out of rhythm for us. Just a different type of matchup. We know teams are going to try to junk games up with certain things like that, and I thought we did a good job throughout the game, just figuring out the right way to attack it.
What did you think? You talked about getting back in control of the game. What did you feel like were the biggest factors to doing that after the first half?
I think we just executed better offensively, and when you're getting good shots on goal, you get your defense set. We get our defense set, we're pretty good. We're pretty hard to score on, and again, the first half defensively was probably the most disappointing part of the night. We executed and missed some open looks, but our attention to detail in the first half defensively was very poor, and that was illustrated at halftime, and I thought we did a better job of that in the third.
Did you anticipate that Dwight would be this good of a fit with the team, and what do you think games like this do for him mentally?
I did anticipate that he, if he came in and his attitude was right and his role acceptance was, what we had hoped it would be, that he could be a heck of a piece, a heck of an asset for us. And so I did anticipate that he could have a strong impact, maybe not as much as he's having. He was a monster tonight, 21 of 15. What was the second part of your question?
What do games like this do for him mentally?
Well, I just think, every small success any of our players have, it just builds confidence and strength in what we can accomplish. And, when you know that each guy on the floor can come in and have dominant performances like that, we got a lot of guys on our roster that can impact the game in a strong, positive way like that. It just contributes to the overall confidence of the team.
I always get more pleasure out of seeing my teammates succeed more than myself. I think it's an incredible thing what we have right now as far as chemistry and as far as guys always being ready no matter who's in the lineup. And tonight was another example of that.
Yeah, speaking of getting other guys going, you now pass Isaiah Thomas on the all-time assist list. I know that's one of those names, right, that it just sounds weird to hear your name go up on a list like that. So just thoughts on Zeke and just that accomplishment.
One of the best point guards this game has ever seen. And also one of the toughest as well. Just his upbringing, coming from Chicago, and doing the things that he was able to do out on the floor. From Indiana to going to the Bad Boys in Detroit, and just setting the tone for what he wanted his career to be. So like I said the other day, anytime I'm linked with the greats, and Zeke being one of those, it's just an honor. And I think back to my childhood, where I'm from, and like I said, I just hope I make the greats proud anytime I'm linked with them by me just trying to play the game the right way.
All right, getting back to this game, 81 points in the second half, LeBron. You guys really turned it on after a bit of a slow start. You were more aggressive in that fourth quarter. Looked like you saw something getting to the rim. Just what's getting behind the offense and being able to get going like that in the second half?
Our pace, and it starts with me. I'm the point guard of this team, and early on my pace wasn't wasn't that great, and it resulted in us having a 21-point first quarters. So I felt in the second quarter, when I started the second quarter, that I just had to pick up the pace, get us more opportunities, get us more possessions early in the shot clock, and then in the fourth quarter, we had a good lead. I wanted to try to bump it up, be aggressive, bump it up, and see if we can, get the guys on the bench into the game and they can close it out. So that was just my mindset.
Last thing quickly for you, your best three-point shooters have for some reason been your centers. Dwight 3 for 5, JaVale 2 for 3 on the season. I mean, I guess if they're going down, you take it?
Yeah, the way they playing right now, blocking shots, changing shots at the rim, catching lobs, setting screens for all of us. We got a good lead in the fourth quarter. Under 5 minutes, they have the right to shoot those things, and they've been knocking them down. So you said 3 for 5 for Dwight and 2 for 3. That's pretty good. That's 5 for 8. That's a pretty good number. So let them keep shooting them.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate it.
Guys, LeBron James, yet another victory for the Lakers, 128-99. Here.
Some stats to LeBron that he was not aware of. Caught him off guard there a little bit. Got a little laugh. How about this? Most assists in NBA history. He needed 2, and he now passes Isaiah Thomas with 8 in this game. His good friend Chris Paul still pretty far ahead of him, and he's playing pretty well this year. But LeBron James right now 8th all-time in NBA history.
Yeah, it's incredible for LeBron to be a guy that we know as a scorer, but now he's becoming a facilitator. He's going out, passing the rock, getting everybody involved. I think the more important thing is he knows how important it is to get these teammates of his involved, because if that doesn't happen, he doesn't win a championship, because he's going to need a collective group to go out there and win a championship.
Another notch on his belt of career accomplishments, to think about how he's moving up the scoring list, but also accompanying that with moving up this assist list. Quite remarkable championships to go along with it.
Yeah, in all the things he's done in his career, he's never led the league in assists in a season. So he's well on his way to that at this pace. And big picture, guys, Lakers 22-0 against teams below 500. By the way, the season midpoint is Wednesday. Home game against Orlando. Lakers 5.5 games up on Denver and Utah in the West standings. I mean, it's been a total domination in the first half of the season for them.
Yeah, they've now won 9 in a row, so they have winning streaks of 10, 9 and counting, 7 and 7. Pretty impressive. Listen, LeBron had, 23 in that second half, 14 in the fourth quarter. What did you see, Rob and Fish, from him specifically turning it on there in the second half?
I think in the second half, he just said, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of my opportunities. They put Tristan Thompson on him, and we know he can't guard him. So he got rolling with that. Sometimes you get a couple of layups. He made some outstanding moves, flying through the air, acrobatic moves, making some layups. And as a player, if you're not knocking down that shot, you're able to get some layups. It's like a confidence booster. He got the confidence going. He started getting everybody involved. And he said, you know what, now I'm going to take over and show you what I can do. And when you have a mismatch like that, you have to take advantage of your mismatches, and that's what he did.
And he has a great feel for the game. He's kind of like a boxer that he's really taking notes in the early rounds, and he's figuring out how to start to take advantage of his opponent. Lakers were 2 for 12 from 3 in the first half. When you're not shooting the ball well from the perimeter, makes the driving lanes a little tougher. Second half, they start shooting the threes a little better. They created 10 more turnovers in the second half, got out in transition. So, LeBron, like Stu said there at the end, he's like a genius with the way he can remember and take note of things. And he adjusted, started to find ways to take advantage of the Cavaliers deep.
The Lakers were so sharp in this quick little road trip over the weekend. They had, 79 points in Dallas in the first half. Also very solid. The follow-up game the very next day against OKC. Tonight, they had 47 in the first half. Maybe we're getting a little spoiled, guys. I mean, 47 is not great, but it's not devastating. And the Lakers obviously pulled out of that. Like you said, Fish, they made only 2 threes in that first half. And that was a big thing in the second half. They drained a bunch. End of game. Did anyone really have any doubts LeBron was going to lose at home to Cleveland? No, not me.
Yeah, listen, slow start as expected, but they erupted in that second half with 81 points. That's the most they've scored in the second half this season. We knew with AD out, and by the way, they're now 3-0 in these last 3 games with Anthony Davis out, and a big part of that is because JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard are playing so well. Dwight Howard tonight, guys, 21 points on 9 of 11, 6 dunks, 15 rebounds. Hits the 3, gets a couple of blocks. He's having so much fun out there, Rob, and he is a big part of what this Laker team does.
Yeah, 21 points off the bench. And the thing about Dwight, he's enjoying basketball right now. And that's one of the things that you got to realize as an athlete. If you're not enjoying your craft, it's going to take a toll on you. But right now, he's enjoying it. He's going out playing with a lot of energy. I haven't seen him play with this much energy since he's been in Orlando. And it's incredible how he's getting everybody involved. He's always off the bench. He's cheering. He's just doing the things that we never thought we would see out of Dwight. We always thought he was one of those guys that really was a me guy, but now he was a we guy, which is the most important thing in basketball.
Allowing it to come to him. You know, that's a difficult thing to do, in particular for a guy that was as dominant as he was for most of his career. But allowing those opportunities to come to him, waiting for his teammates to make him better. He's making guys better by lifting their energy up, protecting the rim. The offensive efficiency, though, is coming from his teammates, showing him love. And it's great to watch. He's having a lot of fun.
Quickly before we get to the highlight, we talked so much this year, media, fans, everybody, how this team is built around two superstars. Doesn't look like it'll work without any of them. Now, long term, it won't. But without AD, they've won 3 in a row. Without LeBron,